why is having a higher purpose important for sustainable happiness? I love this question because we are creating so much awareness of how powerful higher purpose is, of an intrinsic motivator, and how emotionally engaged we become when we understand there's a meaning beyond ourselves and beyond profits to the work that we're doing. And I think there's a caution just to keep in mind. Purpose is kind of hot right now, so there's a lot of talk around you have to find your purpose, what's your purpose in life. We just have to be careful that it doesn't become sort of a flash in the pan, because when we're talking about real authentic purpose, it is what lights you up, what drives you, what is your passion, what makes you come alive, or what would you do every day for the rest of your life without getting paid? And then thinking from there about how we can use our skills in service to the world. And ultimately, we want to align our personal purpose with the organization's. That way we have a win-win. We're living the most meaningful life that we can have for ourselves through the mission of the organization. We're serving ourselves by living our purpose, and we're serving the organization on a much higher level, and we're contributing to a better world through our common higher purpose. How can we work on sustainable happiness that's built on a daily basis? I love this question because it tries to do what we all want to do, which is to simplify a very challenging concept of happiness. So the answer is going to be sort of a typical answer. It depends. Dependiente. It depends on what your challenges are as an organization. It depends on what your strengths are, which ones are most important for your people to be motivated to do their best work, what they care about, who your people are, and of course what you need to really drive your business results as the core of your culture. So a lot of organizations now are moving beyond your sort of survival techniques of making sure that you have a sense of progress or belonging in the work. Those are becoming more basic. We know people want to feel like they're part of a team or a tribe or a family and belong somewhere. And we're seeing organizations get into more elements that you can use daily, like gratitude or even altruism or even appreciation, that help us connect on a more of a daily basis to our own happiness. Gratitude is such a simple tool that we don't use that often. We want it every day. Probably every one of us out there wants to get gratitude daily, yet we're not that great at giving it. So for organizations, we can increase the feeling that people have that they're permitted to share gratitudes. Encourage leaders to share gratitudes openly, or encourage social sharing of gratitudes, thanking of your colleagues in front of others, so it becomes a social act. And that can really start to, it can start to spark a culture of gratitude.